Yeah.
True.
Okay, so you touched a little bit on the new economic model and how the SMEs would be survivors at the long run if they, of course, given the platform to thrive. Anything else you want to add on to that?
Are they prepared for it?
Yeah.
I think very importantly is when you look at the new economic model, we're talking about innovation. What separates us now than what we were 10 years ago? We were a labor-intensive economy. Today we're a knowledge economy. We're a service-based economy. To excel in an economy like this, we've got to stop following what other people are doing. Instead of consumers of technology, instead of being consumers of ideas and so on, we need to be innovators. We need to be the creators of these things. I give a little bit analogy. I mean, we all know the mama, in the corner of our street. Wherever we stay, there's a mama in the corner of the street.
Yeah.
So what happens is everybody say, hey, this mama is doing so well. I mean, they're taking cash, 30, 40,000 a night. And everybody say, that's good business. So they start opening up on the other end of the corner. And then another guy say, hey, I want to open up one in the middle of the street.
Yeah.
And before you know it, you have 5 mama stores on the street. But what happened without fail, 3 out of these 5, or sometimes 4 out of these 5, fails.
It's called the mama stall syndrome.
That's right. The mama stall syndrome.
And the mama stall syndrome is because you see one mama that's crowded,
Yeah.
you will go to that one.
Yeah, that's
you
right.
won't go to the empty
And
one,
you complain and say, yeah, pack lah, but you're still
there
because the food is good.
Correct. So that's where innovation comes in. So instead of doing mama, why don't you come up with something else? Something that does not compete with mama, for example. So we cannot just be following and thinking that, hey, if something is doing well, we got to follow that. We can't do that.
Okay.
And it also
Another
depends
question.
also because he looks at the risk factor.
Yeah.
A lot of these SMEs, they don't tend to take the risk.
Yeah.
They always take.
Which was going to lead me to my next question. Are we cheap?
In what way?
In the sense that we always want to cut costs.
I mean, it's running a business. I mean, we have to run the business, and cash is king.
Right.
You got to save your costs. You got to look at the right places, put your money in, what talent you're going to employ, and so on and so forth. So it actually doesn't matter because are we cheap? I can say a country like Philippines with the economy. We're talking about the talent economy. Philippines has got it because most of them can speak English.
Right.
Compared to Thailand, it's completely different. So you're talking about setting up an operations in Philippines is much more cheaper than setting up an office in Bangkok or even in Malaysia.
Right.
But you're looking at talent, you're looking at the right processes. We do have the foundation here in Malaysia. And that's the reason why a lot of organizations from across Asia Pacific basically are looking at Malaysia as foundation.
Right.
So cheap? No, I don't think so. It's more of taking the risk. That's why they say, funding's an issue. I don't think so. It's basically going out there, selling a business plan, and taking the risk. And that's basically what we are trying to do at this event by opening the doors for them to take that risk to go forward.
So tell us more. When is this expo taking place? Is it free for all, or how is it? How do you go about registering?
You can basically, the event's going to be held on the 5th and 7th of August, and you can go to our website, which is the www.smemagazine.asia/SME Expo.
Okay.
And you can actually go online, you can register, or you can come on board at the event itself, and you can actually register at the counter, at the registration counter.
Okay, and this is of course happening at the Mid-Valley Exhibition Centre. How many people or exhibitors do you expect to attract this year? I understand it's quite huge. Because it's not the first time
right
it's
now,
been done, right?
right now as it is, we have got over 300 booths, and we have more or less stopped taking in new exhibitors. In fact, right now we have got about 40 over people, 40 over companies that are on the wait list, and we're just selecting who we want to come in terms of exhibitors.
Oh yeah, you're still pressuring me anyways.
But that is very fantastic, guys. Thank you so much for being with us on the show.
Thank you very much.
I think this is a good cause. We all need to learn to live without government
So
support.
see all of you there.
Yeah, I hope you guys come over, yeah?
Definitely, we'll come check it out. And of course, if you want to head down to the Mid-Valley Exhibition Centre, the SME Solutions Expo 2010 is being held from the 5th to 7th of August, and you can